Welcome back. Today the shortlist in Cyber has been made public with lots of reactions and emotions. Before looking at the shortlist, we met some really big shots in this industry. First Patrick, who used to be a successful sailing skipper. Today he's navigating Aegis Asia.
I'm absolutely fascinated that so few people actually look east to Asia Pacific, because there's so many things happening. Especially if you look at digital marketing, but all the whole advertising industry is growing so fast. The big difference is that a lot of people will access internet via their mobile phone, especially if you look at the markets like India and China. I mean, India gets about 7 million new subscribers every month on the mobile phones, right? Now, a lot of those are very, very simple mobile phones. If you look at China, they have almost 600 million mobile phone users, which is twice the population of US. This will actually create a new challenge for advertisers, how they can actually connect with people over the mobile phones. I think that the next thing will definitely come from Asia, maybe mainly because the development is so fast. Here in Europe, especially Northern Europe, in kind of Germany and UK and the Nordics, it's so developed. Advertising is becoming more measurable and more accountable because it's becoming digital. That will mean that any communication agency, it doesn't matter which kind of discipline you're in, have to prove that whatever you do for the clients is actually changing the sales for the client and moving market shares for the clients. The biggest learning, I think, spent 2 years in Asia Pacific, is people should really go there and have a look. People kind of look west, they don't look east. And if they go east and go and have a look at it, they will be impressed and they will be fascinated.
Here I am at the Croisette, and I'm on my way to meet with Nigel Morris, the visionary CEO of Isobar. Earlier today, he held an excellent speech in the Palace.
The next couple of years, we're going to see more change than we have in the previous 5. I think the difference between, let's call it 3.0 and 2.0, is the fusion in of commerce into that socially connected web. We've got to be more integrated. Absolutely. We have to deliver more integrated solutions. But the problem is, a lot of integrated agencies, who set out with that is blandness. They're average at everything. And that can't be right. Let's just say in 2 or 3 years' time, 25% of all spend is going through digital channels. What those channels are going to be, and what that communication is going to be, is it's going to be addressable, it's going to be electronically delivered, it's going to be contextually targeted, and very much the user interface is going to be a media in itself. And I think that's something that I don't think a lot of people have really picked up on yet. And then finally, obviously, it's going to be very measurable. Here comes my drink. Thank you.
Now let's listen to some of the insights concerning social sustainability that I got during my lunch with Diane Verd Nieto earlier today.
Sustainability is not a trend. It's here to stay and is the business model of the 21st century. And I think that's what everybody's striving for, is just really be able to create this movement where companies have responsibility and can deliver net positive impact in terms of what they do. It's going to take a bit of time to catch on, but the thing is, in 20 years' time or in 10 years' time, it's going to be the same that our website. It will be so ingrained and integrated in everything that we do. The brands will not be able to afford not to address it. There's no secret than green sells. And green sells because consumers want it. So brands are addressing sustainability head on. The inability to communicate is going to cost brands a lot of money in the future. But also greenwashing, which is saying things that you are not, it's going to cost as well a lot of money because it damages corporate reputation. The online world is that enabler that consumers can actually go and look who the brands are, what they have done, what are they doing, and then make a decision whether they believe it or not. But it's about money as well as, doing good and being good. I've just been in China, actually, in Shanghai, and one of the things that amazed me is how China has every power to really be ahead of the sustainability agenda and leapfrog. And they've got the Olympics, and they've got the Expo in 2010, and they are absolutely committed to show the world that they can do it and they can do it better, and I definitely believe they can.
Now, all the focus back on the competition. To get an idea of what will be premiered tomorrow, we spoke with two persons who got on the list.
Being in the jury is really hard work. I know, because I've been there. so I have a lot of respect for the jury.
And I feel really sorry for the can judge, because I've done it before, and it's 5 or 6 days of hardcore judging, locked in that room and kind of discussing things. And
I think, this is just a guess, that the jury this year might be more awarding communication solutions more than technical solutions. That is something that this shortlist suggests, at least.
one of the interesting things about different award shows is that different juries think in such different ways. And the things that you expect might get through don't, and the things that you didn't expect to get through do get through. So
the ad that was shortlisted, it's for mobile internet access, and the piece is called Surf Anywhere.
We've got various different pieces on the shortlist this year. We've got some work we did for Mini Clubman. There's some stuff we did for Camper, and it's the first work we'd ever done for Camper.
We use the media, so I think it's media smart, and usually what gets awarded here is media smart ideas.
We did something for Virgin Money in the financial sector, and we've got something for Virgin Trains. And then we did a thing called Emergency Committee, which was an extended video to sit on the Virgin Trains site. There's a nice breadth of stuff there, which is kind of what we try and do really. It doesn't matter what sector we're in, we always try and make it as interesting as, as fun as possible as well.
3 things that I think we will see a lot more of is, one, we will see more integrated platforms, stuff that is very hard to classify. We will also see much more of the events that are happening in the real world transmitted to the digital world and vice versa. And thirdly, we will see much more intelligent advertising. We're taking advantage of the dynamics that are on the internet.
I think there'll be a lot more innovation as you go through the whole year as well. There's always a trend for something, but I think this year there's so many technological innovations, all over the place that that can only continue, and people experimenting and trying new things as well.
Great, I hope you will win.
Thank you, I hope so too.